So, hello everybody. Today we are playing The Lord of the Rings, the card game, a saga expansion, The Black Riders. Now, those of you who know The Lord of the Rings LCG know that the deluxe expansions and the base game and the first cycle, the Mirkwood cycle, deal with essentially the time that elapses between Bilbo Baggins' 111th birthday, when he leaves the Shire and leaves the ring to Frodo, and the 17 years before Gandalf returns to the Shire, telling Frodo that he indeed has the One Ring. So it's essentially covering a time that is only referred to in passing in the books, and mentioned and discussed in the appendices. But several years ago, Fantasy Flight decided to create saga expansions that actually deal with the content of both The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings books. And we're looking at the first one of the Lord of the Rings expansions. There will be Lord of the Rings saga expansions. There will be 6 in all. I think the last one is going to come out this year, 2017. And they're basically mapping the journey of first the Hobbits and then the Fellowship up until the end of all things. We're going to play in campaign mode, which means that certain things will stay with you during the game, such as burdens and boons. These are things that you acquire during the game. It can be weapons, it can be allies, and burdens are things that will have a negative effect on you. Another thing is that when a hero dies, you cannot take that hero on your next quest. The hero will be recorded as a fallen hero, and you cannot play with that one again. So that's, you can change your deck. It's not like then you have to play with only 5 heroes or 2 heroes, but it means that, if you have, for example, like me, a deck that does rely on Glorfindel and the Light of Valinor, and Glorfindel were to die, I would have a problem. I would really have to rejig my whole deck. Or Elrond is a very important character for me. In addition to your normal heroes that you play, the players get the Frodo Baggins hero. He's a ring bearer. He also has the One Ring, which has the ability that if you spend one of his resources, you can exhaust the ring. You're sometimes called upon to do this or raise your threat. And you also have the permanent boon Mr. Underhill, which is a title. You attach it to the ring bearer, and you can add Mr. Underhill to the victory display to choose an enemy engaged with you. Until the end of the round, that enemy cannot attack you. So that's a very powerful ability. Now, in this first game, in this first part of the story, our friends are leaving Bag End and are trying to make it to Buckleberry Ferry. So what we will be experiencing is a lot of travel, a lot of locations, and trying to make it through the Shire and escape from the Black Riders. And here is a Black Rider for you right there. I really love the artwork. They are fairly hefty. Threat 4, engagement cost 35, 5 attack, 4 shields. Now, I have redone, I was experimenting with a one-handed deck, which I'm using to play through the Mirkwood cycle again. It had Glorfindel, Elrond, and Dunhere, and it's working quite well. Why Dunhere? Because Dunhere, although he's a spirit hero, has a very good attack of up to 3 when he attacks into the staging area, so he's quite helpful. So I had also added a couple of allies to my to this particular deck that I'm playing with at the moment when I play single-handedly. The problem is this one also contains Gildor. Now I had to remove Gildor because Gildor is also a boon that you can gain through this game, and you cannot have him twice in your deck because that would be a total waste. So in order to mitigate the fact that if a hero ends up in your discard pile at the end of the game, not at the end of a round, but at the end of the game, I've put 2 cards in here that can bring heroes back to life. One is Landroval. He's in the Team Legolas. Legolas has also got a new friend. I have removed Talon and I have put in Hama. I have removed all of my dwarfs and replaced them with eagles. What else have I done? Yeah, I think that's the main things. This game, of course, you could also play it with heroes just from the Black Riders, in which case you would have 4 hobbits. You could only play one-handedly. You would have to get heroes from somewhere else if you were to play with more than one player. And it's all about hiding. This is very true to the story. So every so often you will be called upon to perform hide tests. And as of stage 2, or during stage 2, the hide test gets more tricky the more allies you've got, which makes perfect sense, because if you're trundling around the Shire with 10 people, you're more likely to be spotted than if you're just traveling with 4 people and all of whom are hobbits, because hobbits are secretive little guys. Okay, now let's get started. A Shadow of the Past. The Lord of the Rings Part 1. You are playing in campaign mode. Setup. Attach Mr. Underhill to the ring bearer. Add Gandalf's delay to the staging area. Gandalf's delay reads as follows. Gandalf's delay, the Black Rider's burden. Setup. Add Gandalf's delay to the staging area. Each player draws 1 less card in his starting hand. So instead of 6, you draw 5. The next day, Frodo became really anxious and kept a constant lookout for Gandalf. Thursday, his birthday morning, dawned as fair and clear as it had long ago for Bilbo's great party. Still, Gandalf did not appear. Shuffle Gildor and Glorion, and the ring draws them into the encounter deck. They're all in there already. The Shire. He may be seeking for it now, if he has not already found out where it lies. Indeed, Frodo, I fear that he may even think that I fear that he may even think that the long unnoticed name of Baggins has become important. So here we are back. We are now going to start playing. Let's draw our starting hand of 5. Faramir the Ranger, LotR Stargazer, Miner of the Iron Hills, Warden of Healing, Light of Valinor. That's not necessarily a good hand, but it does have the Light of Valinor. Okay, I'll have to think about this one. Horn of Gondor, Rivendell Bow, Dagger of Westerners, that's really good. Foe Hammer, Feint. That's a really good hand, which I'll keep, so I'm going to draw the 6th card. Let's see. Shall I keep this? I will. And I'll another LotR Stargazer. Okay, let's get cracking. First of all, we're going to put this one on Glorfindel. We're going to bring out a Warden of Healing. We're going to bring out an LotR Stargazer, just because we can, and it's important. We're going to put the Horn of Gondor on Denethor. We're going to put Rivendell Bow on Legolas. We're going to put Dagger of Westerners and our friend down here over here. And we are going to keep one behind for fainting. So, let's see. We're going to quest for 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, it's risky, but we just have to get through this somehow. So 4 in the staging area, 6. Green Hill Country. Well, Green Hill Country is the active location. Characters get +1 will while committed to high test. Very good. Black Steed. When revealed, attach to Nazgul enemy in play if able. Counts as a mount attachment with the text. Limit to 1 per enemy. Attached enemy gets -10 engagement cost. That's not good, because it means this one will attack us. We don't like this. We'll see what we can do about this, because I cannot cancel this effect. Well, I could actually exhaust the one ring. I could do that and then cancel this effect and shuffle it back in. Or I can, okay, we'll see what we'll do. We won't do this just now. So the Marish. After a player fails a high test, shuffle a Nazgul enemy from the discard pile into the encounter deck if able. That's, well, not going to happen now. 6, 7, 6, 9. So we put 2 on this. And now we're going to get attacked by the Black Rider. It's coming down. We'll deal it a shadow card. Let's see. We could feint it or we could use Mr. Underhill. We're going to choose Mr. No, we're actually going to choose to feint because Hammer can get us the card back. So feint, we put away the shadow card. Nothing happens. The Black Rider cannot attack. Feint goes into the discard pile. We're going to hit back with all we've got. 4, 7, 10. 10 against, is that 10? 2, 3, 6, 7, 10. 10 against 4 is 6. We've just killed one. Oh wow, that was quick. Because we now also get Legolas's ability. We put 1 on bag end, which goes to the victory display. And it means we have passed stage 1 because he gives us 2. So 1 goes on the current quest. A shortcut to mushrooms. As Frodo watched, he saw something dark pass across the lighter space between 2 trees and then halt. It looked like a black shade of a horse led by a smaller black shadow. The black shadow stood close to the point where they had left the path, and it swayed from side to side. Frodo thought he heard the sound of snuffling. The shadow bent to the ground and then began to crawl towards him. When revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Black Rider. Well, that's going to be easy. And puts it into the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Well, we don't have to because we haven't touched it. When a player makes a high test, add 1 to the total threat for each ally that player controls. So even if I got 0 threat, I would still have to add the number of allies. So 2 over here, 0 over here. When a player fails a high test, each Nazgul enemy in the staging area engages that player. So sorry, these guys all exhausted. And 14 to explore. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to travel to the Green Hill country. No, the travel phase is over. We can't travel now. Sorry. Okay, so at the moment we have a threat of 6, 9 in the area. Just going to put this out, which is quite a lot actually. We're at the end of the round. We're going to exhaust the LotR Stargazer to look at the top 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and order them in a... This is tough. So we will not be able to play this card this round, but we would be able to play this card this round. And this one we should bring out as well. Yeah. Okay, so very good. Everyone refreshes. And everyone increases their threat by 1. First player token moves. So Frodo always goes where the first player is. We're going to draw a card over here. It's a Warden of Healing, and we're going to draw a card over here, which we know what it is because it's Unexpected Courage. So everybody gets a resource. Frodo's up at 3, 2, and here is 1. Elrond is 1. Denethor is 3, sorry. And 1 and 1. We have the Rivendell Blade, which we're going to attach to Legolas. Oh, we could have used... we could have actually drawn 3 cards. Yeah, because we had the Foe Hammer out. Okay, it's That's a pity. We could have capitalized on that one. We're going to use Unexpected Courage on Elrond. Why are we going to do this? Because I want to be able to quest with him without exhausting him. What we would need is a Burning Brand. I'm just saying, deck. Burning Brand. Okay, so let's see. The Warden of Healing is unexhausted. As is the LotR Stargazer. Okay, we have 9 in the area. We could kill the Black Rider. But we don't have anything to... Well, let's just see. We have 4, 6, 9. For 2, 5, 8, 9. So it's going to bring up our threat. 10. Ah, okay. Peril. Hide. When revealed, if you have failed a hide test this phase, we haven't. Remove each character you control from the quest. Okay, we haven't. So we're going to do a hide test. 3, 6. And we get Gildo and Glorian, which is a pity because we discard him. So 0, 0, but we have 2 allies is 2. So we have passed the hide test. Next card is Bound Furlong. So we are up by 2, so we're going to increase our threat by 2, but we're still only at 29, which means that we can use Dunhere's ability to shoot into the staging area for 2, 3, 5, and we're going to do 1 point of damage to the Black Rider. We're going to travel to the Green Hill country because it increases our willpower for high tests by 1. We're going to optionally engage the Black Rider. We're going to discard Mr. Underhill, so it doesn't attack, it does get a shadow card, nothing happens. And we're going to hit back for 6, minus 2, 6 against 2 is 4, so we have 5 points of damage. And that's all we're going to do just now. Everyone refreshes. But what we are going to do is, because we declared Hammer as an attacker, we're going to take Feint back into our hand and we're going to discard the Warden of Healing. So next round we can feint this enemy again. Everyone refreshes. We're going to use the LotR Stargazer to look at the top 5 cards here. Ooh, nice. Very good cards indeed. Okay, what are we going to do? They're all very good. So we're going to put the Citadel plate here. We're going to put this one here. Yeah. Next round we'll probably be able to draw 3 cards anyway. Okay, so we're going to draw a card over here, which is, surprise, surprise, Unseen Strike, which is a really helpful card because we could use it on this one. And 30. And over here we're going to draw a card, which you also know what it is, namely Asphaloth. Really important card. 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, 2, 4 at this stage. 1. So we're going to play Asphaloth on Glorfindel. And that's all we're going to do. Over here we're not going to do much because we can't, because these are all events. And we're going to, this one refreshes as well, keep working on our mission. 3, 6, 8, 9. Against 5, 6. When revealed, immediately travel to Stockbrook. If another location is currently active, return it to the staging area, okay? Doom 2. Hunting for the ring. When revealed, starting with the last player, each player must either return a Nazgul enemy engaged with him to the staging area or make a high 2 test. Okay, not a problem. So, number 1 is we're gonna return the Black Rider to the staging area. Then we're going to make a high 2 test over here for 6. 2, 6 exactly. Why is it 6? 0 plus 2, 4. No, actually is it at the end? To the total, okay. So it's 0 plus 2 is 2 plus 2 is 4. So we have won this high test, not bad. So let's look at the quest. We are actually going to kill the Nazgul, attacking for 3, 5 against his 4. Kills the Nazgul. We're going to exhaust Asphalloth to get rid of Bam Furlong. So we have a threat of 5, as opposed to our 6, 8, 9. So we put 4 on this Stockbrook, and we don't put any progress on a shortcut to mushrooms. But that's fine. So everybody refreshes. Everyone also gets a resource. 2, 3, 5. Everyone draws a card. Everyone's threat goes up by 1. Okay, Song of Kings is going to be attached to Elrond. So Elrond now has the leadership icon. Other than that, we're not going to do anything. Over here, we're going to bring out an ally, because we do need a little more questing power. And we're going to quest for 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 8. 8 against 5, 7, Surge, Burden. The ring draws them. When revealed, at the end of the phase, each enemy in the staging area engages the first player. If the one ring is exhausted, this effect cannot be cancelled. Okay. 4, 6, 9. We worked on this for 8, so our threat goes up by 1. Is that right? 6, 7, 8, yes. But we're going to use Asphalloth to exhaust Stockbrook and put it in the victory display. And we're going to travel to the Green Hill country. And this one goes into the discard pile. So our current threat in the area is 5, 7. And we're going to exhaust Denethor because he didn't do anything last round. We're going to check the encounter deck. We're going to get a Black Rider. Okay. Actually, we're going to do this differently. We're not going to exhaust this to get rid of Stockbrook. We're going to exhaust this to get rid of nothing at the moment. We're going to put 2 on this, on the Marish. And then everybody unexhausts. Everybody draws a card, like so. Everybody's threat goes up. We're now at 33 threat. First player changes. Sorry, that was one card too many. Okay, we're going to get an Ancient Mathem. Everybody gets a resource 4. 3, 5, 3. far so good. Ancient Matham goes on the Marish. What are we going to do over here? Oh, we have the Citadel plate. We're going to put that one on our friend Denethor. Yeah. Yeah, then we're going to bring down the... Yeah, okay. Good, good. Good, good, good. Let's see what we can do. We're going to quest for 1, 2, 4, 10. 10 against 10 against 5, 7, 9, 13, 14. We're going to exhaust Asphaloth to get rid of the Marish. We're going to trigger Ancient Matham, which means we draw 3 cards over here. So now our threat is 2, 4, 6, 10, 11 against 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. So we put up our threat by 1, which is not so terrible. We're going to use the action window that we have for done here to attack for 3, 5 against this particularly nasty fellow over here. So he gets 1 wound. We're going to optionally engage the Nazgul. We're going to defend with our friend Denethor. If you have failed a high test this round, this attack is considered undefended. You didn't. We take 2 damage. We're going to hit back with Hama for 3 and Legolas for 3 against 2. So 6 against 2 is 4. So he's got 5. But we're also going to use, Unseen Strike to add another 3. And this Black Rider is history, which means we're going to put 1 on Stockbrook. We're going to put 1 on the current quest. And we're going to use Foe Hammer, exhausting 1 weapon we control to draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to... Yeah, and that's all we're going to do. And we're going to refresh everyone. And we're going to use the LotR Stargazer to look at the top 5 cards over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to leave them just as they are. We're going to draw 1 card over here. We're going to draw 1 card over here. We're going to increase everyone's threat by 1. So we're now at 35, which is the engagement threshold for our dear friends, the Nazgul. Everyone gets a resource. 3, 5, 3, 6, 4, 6, 1. We're going to put the Steward of Gondor. Oh, look, it's the Steward of Gondor on Elrond. So he's at 3, because nothing really happens there. We'll also give him Vilya. And that's all we're going to do at the moment. Oh, we've got Hasty Stroke. How nice. Over here, we have, Eagle. The Eagles are coming for 0. We're going to look at the top 5 cards, and we're going to take any number of Eagles that we find into our hands. And would you know, we find 3 Eagles. We put them into our hands. Shuffle the other cards back into the deck. Like I said, Eagles are the new black in my deck. So let's see. We have done this. Deck has been shuffled. And let's look at the actual deck that we now, at the actual hand that we now have. What do you know? We're going to put the black arrow on our friend over here. Oh yeah, the Warden of Healing exhausts and heals Denethor. We are going to bring out Landroval because he can bring back people from the dead. And he can also quest. Okay. So, let's see. Over here we're not going to do anything else because we can't. And we're going to start questing. 4, 3, 6, 7, 8. Aha. Run like a gale. Return each engaged Nazgul enemy to the staging area. If no enemies were returned to the staging area by this effect, rode like a gale, gain surge. Surge. Lure of the ring. When revealed, the first player must either exhaust the one ring, which we're totally going to do. So it gains surge. So we get a Black Rider. So that was surge 1, surge 2. Okay. Let's see what we've got. We've got 3, 6, 7, 8 against 4, 6, 10, 11. We're going to exhaust Asphaloth to take the forest woody end out and put it into the staging area. So 2, 4, 6, 10 against 8 means everybody increases their threat by 2. Doesn't really matter because we're at engagement levels anyway. We are going to travel, and we're going to travel to the Green Hill country because it increases our ability for high tests by 1. Black Rider is going to engage. Denethor is going to defend. Denethor has +4 hit points. Let's see, for 5, attacking enemy gets +1. 6 against 3 means 3 hit points, but he's got armor, so nothing happens. So now we're going to hit back for 3, 6. Against 2 is 4. And we're going to put back a foe hammer to pull out. No, we're actually not, because we're not below. No, we're not going to do this. Okay, that's good. So everyone refreshes. LotR Stargazer is going to look at the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she's going to change them around in a really nice order. And we're going to use Vilya and Elrond to draw the first card and put it into play and reduce everyone's threat. No, actually we're going to reduce the threat over here by 6. So, everyone refreshes. Wand of Healing exhausts and heals Denethor. 1 ring refreshes. And we're going to draw a card over here. Oh, look, it's Unexpected Courage. And over here we're going to draw a card as well. Everyone gets a resource. 1. We need 1 more resource for our friend Legolas. 4, 4, 6, 4. Good. Everyone's threat goes up by 1. So 32 over here, 38 over here. And let's look. We're going to bring out Faramir. We're going to put Unexpected Courage on our Noldor friend. That's all we're going to do. And over here, we're going to, we're going to bring out a Gandalf, I guess. 1. We're going to bring down, so 5. We're going to bring down our threat by 5. 37, that's 33 then. And we are going to quest like crazy. 4. 1, 2, 4, 10, 11, 14. And we're going to keep this back just in case we need to do a high test over here. And here we are, peril. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard powerful Nazgul enemy. Either add it to the staging area, put it into play, engage with the first player. Joy. And an evil crow. Okie dokie. So we worked on this for 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna exhaust down here to kill the crow. 10 against 4. So we could put, so that is 6, we could put 6 there. And what do we want to do now? We're gonna boost our quest by 1, 2, 3 to 3. So 4, we have 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 against 4 is 9. 3 and 6. Okay, we're going to travel to Green Hill Country. And now we are going to face the Nazgul. First of all, we're going to put out the Imladris Stargazer, who's going to defend against this Black Rider. And guess what? She's dead. But her leaving the game means Denethor, due to the Horn of Gondor, gets 1 resource. So he's now at 3 resources. And we're going to hit back for 3, 6 against 2 defense. Against 4 defense is 2. And then we're going to defend with Gandalf, I guess. Nothing happens. Gandalf takes 1 wound, so nothing happens there. And we're going to attack with Hammer and Legolas. And this one is dead. And Legolas will put 2 on the Forest Country. And we're going to exhaust our friend Asfaloth and put 2 on the Pathless Country. Everyone refreshes. Gandalf leaves play, which means that Denethor gets an additional resource. So he's now at 4. We put a resource on everyone. 2, 5, 3, 1 over here, 3 on Elrond. Everyone then draws a card, and everyone's threat goes up by 1. 1 of healing heals Denethor. And let's look at what everybody got. Woohoo! First of all, we're going to play Elrond's Council. We're going to reduce our threat to 30. Then we're going to bring out a Miner of the Iron Hills. As cannon fodder for the Black Rider. And here we're gonna, we are going to start bringing out allies now. Eagles of the Misty Mountains. So, first player's over here. We're going to start, no, actually first player's over here. So, we have 2 threat in the area. We are going to quest for 1, 2 over here. So we're going to quest for 8, 9, Elrond's Council, against 2, Peril, high 2. When revealed, if you have failed a high test, no, we haven't. So we're going to do a high test. We get +1. So we're going to go for 3. Sorry, and we're going to use unexpected courage. 6 against 0 and 2. +2 +3 for our allies makes 5. We have 6, doesn't matter, this goes away. Need to shuffle. This one also comes into the deck. So that was the first card. Oh, and we also would have gotten +2 +1 for each character committed to it, because we're in Green Hill Country. And another card, and that's Green Hill Country as well. So we have 4 in the staging area. And we've quested for 3, 6, 8. No, 3, 6, 8. We're going to boost this by 2 to bring it up to 10. We're going to exhaust Asfalov to get rid of the Green Hill Country. So it's 10 against 4 is 6. We're going to put 6 on this. So we're now at 13, 1 shy of making it through this stage. We're going to travel again to Green Hill Country. Or actually, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're 1 more. So we are through the shortcut to mushrooms. So we trigger stage 3. 3A, escape to Buckland. When revealed, add Buckleberry Ferry to the staging area, which is here. After several close calls with Black Riders, Frodo can tell they are hunting him. Really, the Hobbit's only hope of escaping their dangerous pursuers is to cross the Brandywine River, if they can just make it to Buckleberry Ferry before they are caught. When revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Black Rider. Woohoo! Put this one away, it's in the way. Let's see. Ooh, a Black Rider. Whoa. The first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Black Rider, reveals it, cannot be cancelled, and adds it to the staging area. Done. When a player fails a high test, each Nazgul enemy in the staging area engages that player. Response. After a player makes a successful high test, place X progress on a non-unique location in play. X is twice the number of players in the game. Now, what we need to understand is we need to get through Buckleberry Ferry. There isn't anything that you need to put on the Escape to Buckland quest. Buckleberry Ferry has 9 to explore. It's immune to player card effects, and you cannot travel to it as long as there is another location in the staging area that you could travel to. And in addition, yeah, and this is the issue. So you really have to get rid of the locations and hope that there are none in the staging area. And in order to travel to this, you have to make a high test. Only now, allies don't adversely affect the high test. So what we're going to do is we are first of all going to travel. And we're going to travel to the Pathless Country. Black Rider, we're going to engage him over here. So, we're going to deal shadow cards. We're going to deal with the attack of the Black Rider using the Miner of the Iron Hills. Nothing happens, the Miner dies. Denethor gets money. And we're going to hit back for 3, 6, 2 damage. Over here, we are going to block with Denethor. Nothing happens, but he does take 2 wounds. We're going to hit back with Hama, Legolas, Frodo, and the Eagles of the Misty Mountains. 2, 3, 8 against 2 is exactly 6. This Black Rider dies. We put 1 on the Pathless Country, which vanishes, and 1 on Escape to Buckland, but that doesn't really require anything. Everyone refreshes. And now we're going to exhaust the Warden of Healing to heal Denethor. 35, 30. Oh, actually, we do another wound because we're below the engagement cost. Here we are at 4, 4, 6, 6, 1, 1. We're going to bring out a Master of the Forge that we're going to exhaust straight away to look at the top 5 cards of our deck. And we're going to take out any attachment that we have. Okay. Shuffle the next in. Obviously, I could only do this in the action window, so I shouldn't have done it now. But it also simply means that we're not going to use the card that I just drew, which is an Unexpected Courage. So we can't play it this round, but what we can do is we can play the Galadrim's Greeting, and we're going to bring down this thread to 29. Okay. Over here, we are going to bring out the Rivendell bow and put it on our friend Legolas. And we're going to play a Vassal of the Windlord. And then we're going to go questing. We really just need to hold the quest in this case and have enough resources to do a high test if we get to travel. So first player is over here. So first player, we will not be able to smash this time anyway. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. We can just as well quest. 2. 8. Aha. When revealed, return each Nazgul to the staging area. When revealed, the first player must either exhaust the One Ring or raise his threat. Done. And Evil Crow. Okay. That is actually not too bad. We've got 5, 9, 11 in the staging area. We're gonna exhaust down here to attack the staging area for 5, killing the Nazgul, reducing our threat to 7. We quested for 3, 6, 7, 8, which is way enough. So we have beaten this quest. We're gonna travel to Green Hill Country. We're gonna bring down the Crow. Over here, we're going to defend with Legolas. Nothing happens if after this attack, the attacking enemy engages the next player and then makes an immediate attack. Okay, that's a. We're not gonna let this happen. This is stupid. So, cancelled. We're gonna hit back for with Legolas. It's killed this one. We put 2 on this. Then we're going to exhaust Denethor to see what's up. It's another location. That's not what we want, because we want to be location free. So this is also important when you see and exhaust and when you explore. And usually I'm not so fussed about this, but in this game it's really important to return explored locations that have a victory point to the victory display so that they don't come up later. Okay, everyone refreshes. You draw a card. Everyone gets a resource. And 1 for Hammer, and 1 for Legolas. Let's see. We're going to put Unexpected Courage on Legolas. We're going to bring out another Vassal of the Windlord. We're going to bring out a Gandalf. we're going to lower our threat by 5. We're gonna have peril. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Nazgul. Put it in play, engage with the first player. Done. Card number 1. Card number 2 is a bloody hell. It's another location. Yeah, okay. We have to travel there straight away. So we were questing, sorry, I should have done that like so. 3, 6, 8 against 5, puts 3 on this. Stock Road goes away. We travel to, again, the Green Hill Country. And now we're going to deal with this Black Rider. We're going to defend with Gandalf. Nothing happens. He takes 2 points of damage, which isn't really terrible. We're going to use Legolas, Harma, and our friend the Ring Bearer. So we're going to attack for 7, and we're going to bring in the Eagle of the Misty Mountains for another, so that's 9 against 2 is 7, so this one goes away. We put 1 more on the Green Hill Country, which also goes away. So now we're going to explore the location deck, the encounter deck. This is a good encounter because it means no location. Gandalf leaves play. Denethor gets another resource. We're going to unexhaust everyone. Everybody draws a card. Everyone's threat goes up by 1. First player token moves. Resource. 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 6 and 2. You see, I have enough resources and nothing really to spend it on. All my money. Okay. Oh look, it's another Gandalf. Let's play a Gandalf. Let's lower our threat by 5 to 28. So, and let's quest. 2, 4, 2, 4, 7, 10. Woohoo! We're gonna exhaust the 1 ring. Doom 2, we take 2 to Doom. We're not terribly unhappy about this. When revealed, starting with the last player, each player must either return, blah, 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 or make a hide 2 test. Okay, not a problem. We're going to do a test. It's not a problem. 2. 2, nothing. Passed. We're going to do a test with Legolas. 3. Nothing. 2. Nothing. So now we're going to get a location. No, we don't. Peril, hide 2. When revealed, if you have failed a hide test, no, we haven't. We're going to do a hide test with Gandalf for 2. 3, nothing. We have managed to pass these. So now we can travel to this by passing a hide 3 test. And we're going to go crazy on this one. 3, 6, 7, nothing, 3, nothing, nothing. So we travel successfully to finally the Buckleberry Ferry. Everyone refreshes, he leaves play, we collect the resource over here. Now we just need to quest through this. We need to put 9 progress on this ASAP, and then we are through. We have managed to escape the Shire. 6, 7, 6, 4, 3. Everyone draws a card. Everyone's threat goes up by 1. Let's see what we've got. We've got nothing really. Oh yes, we do. We have a Winged Guardian. 2. Yeah, and that's all we're going to play. Over here. Ah, yeah, sure. We're going to bring out a tracker. Why not? And we're gonna quest for 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, 11. 11 against 4. Against 6 is 5, so we're going to put 5 progress on this. Down here is going to exhaust, and he's going to attack the staging area for 5, doing 1 damage. We're going to bring down the Black Rider. We're going to defend with Denethor. Oh no, we're actually going to defend with the Winged Guardian. For this we need a shadow card. Like so. Well, actually, how many did we quest for? 4, 10, 11. 11 against 6. Yeah, it's 5. No, that's 5. So, nothing happens. Attacking enemy gets +1. The Winged Guardian is dead. But we're going to attach the Winged Guardian to the Eagles of the Misty Mountains, increasing his defense and offense by 1. We are going to attack back with Legolas, Hammer, and the Ring Bearer. That's 7 against 2 is 5, kills this one. We put 2 progress on this one here. So we're now 2 away. Everyone refreshes. Everyone draws a card. Threat goes up by 1. First player token moves. We are at 4, 5, 12, 4, 3. Oh yeah, he would have gotten another piece of money when the eagle left. Ah, Dunedain Mark, that's always nice. 5. And we're going to bring out a Stargazer. Why not? Considering that she's kind of like hanging about anyway. One of these and one of these. Just for good measure. So, let's get cracking. Let's quest. 2, 3. Put one on the current location. 8. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 13. 13 against 2, 5, Surge, Doom 2, I'll make a hide 2 test. Okay, let's see. We're going to do a hide 2 test over here. 2, 3, 4. Nothing. 2. Pass. Over here, we're going to do a hide 2 test. 6. Oh, sorry, we're not going to exhaust this one. 3, 6, 2, 4, and 2, even, nothing happened. We were questing for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to boost this, 12 even. We're going to boost this up with Faramir to bring it up to 15 against 5 is 10. We have smashed the Buckleberry Ferry. We have escaped the ring rates. We have just jumped on it and made it across the Brandywine, and we are now about ready to encounter our next adventure, which is actually not even from the box, but it's the adventure called The Old Forest. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot one more thing. In campaign mode, you get to resolve the campaign stage. Resolution: choose Gandalf's Delay, or the ring draws them and add it to the campaign pool. Then choose Gildor Inglorion or Mr. Underhill and add it to the campaign pool. The chosen cards have been earned by the players. Now let's see. We have Gandalf's Delay. Let's look at the ring draws them. Surge. When revealed at the end of the phase, each enemy in the staging area engages the first player. If the one ring is exhausted, this effect cannot be cancelled. So we can either start with only 6 cards altogether. Oh, we actually forgot to draw 1 card when the Shire the bag end left play. Or you could end up with and it's each enemy, it's not just Nazgul. Okay, card draw isn't a problem for my deck, so I'm going to keep Gandalf's Delay. With regard to what should we do? We can either keep Gildor Inglorion. No, I'm not going to keep Gildor Inglorion because he goes into the deck. If you don't, I mean, we drew him twice as a shadow card or as a high test card. He didn't really help us. So I'm going to put him back so that I can put my real Gildor into this deck. And we will keep Mr. Underhill. Okay, now, in order to know our decision, we have to note it down. So there is, in the campaign book, or there is a campaign ledger, if you like, in the middle here, where you can say the heroes, fallen heroes, threat penalty, notes, scenario title, campaign pool boons and burdens. So I'm going to fill this in. So we're going to keep Mr. Underhill and Gandalf's Delay. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.